5:02 is your time. The House Judiciary Committee back to work this morning after abruptly stopping discussions last night on the 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump. After 14 hours of debate, House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler called a recess before taking final votes. Great tips there. Thanks, Liz. You know, sometimes we end up with gifts we'd rather not have, but we feel guilty getting rid of them. So what can you do if you know someone notorious for giving gifts that just aren't the best? Well, if you're worried, House Judiciary Committee will meet again this morning to take a vote on the 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump. The committee debated the articles for most of the day yesterday, but the chairman put a last-minute delay on the vote. Jerry Nadler made that call after 14 hours of debating. House Democrats passed a drug pricing bill. It would allow the government to negotiate lower prices on prescription drugs each year. Republicans and the drug industry argued the bill would make the private sector less likely to invest in research and development for new treatments and cures. 2 Republicans split with their party to support the bill. The Republican-led Senate is unlikely to take up the bill. Major League Baseball is removing marijuana from its list of drugs of abuse, and instead the MLB will be testing for opioids, cocaine, fentanyl, and synthetic THC. The CDC reported another increase in vaping-related illnesses across the country this week. There were about 2,400 lung injury cases linked to e-cigarette or vaping products. That's 118 more than last week. There have now been 52 deaths in 26 states, but more deaths are still under investigation. As a result of the increase in illnesses, more cities and states are considering bans on e-cigarettes. Now let's get to your local news that matters. We do have an update to start out with. It's to breaking news we first brought to you last night. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office arrested a man after finding human remains on his property. This morning, Little Rock police are investigating an early morning shooting. We're going to take a live look at the scene right now where our photographer is at. You can see crime tape and a police officer out there investigating. This is on Sheraton Drive just before 3 a.m. Right now, police are not saying if someone was shot, but several shell casings were found at the scene. You can see it right there, a bullet hole at that stop sign. We've not been given any suspect details just yet, but we will keep you updated throughout the morning as more information comes flowing into our newsroom. You can also see those markers, those yellow markers on the roadway that indicate some evidence that police are currently looking into. We'll keep you updated. Thank you. Now to your local news that matters. Someone shot at a home in West Little Rock while a family was sleeping inside. There was some damage to the home on Green Mountain Drive. No one was hurt, but police have not released any suspect information at this time. Meanwhile, in Jackson County, it's tabled a resolution to make the county a firearms sanctuary. The proposal would establish the county as an area where state gun laws will not be enforced if they are viewed as unconstitutional. The Quorum Court decided to hold off on a vote until a more appropriate time comes up. There will be a millage vote for the Whitehall School District next Tuesday. If it's passed, it would approve funding for several areas that need improvement, including security and severe weather safety. The district also hopes to update high school facilities and the HVAC system and the pavement. Well, if you're not up to date on your car insurance by the end of the month, you'll get a warning from the state. So you'll receive a letter saying you have 30 days to get insurance or your registration will be suspended. If that happens, you have to pay $100 to have it reinstated. And after 9 months, some members of the Arkansas National Guard are back home. Charlie Company of the 777th Aviation Support Battalion has been in Kuwait and Iraq. They were there to provide a tactical communications network. It's time right now to check in with meteorologist Pat Walker, who is tracking some severe weather for today. Pat.
All right, severe weather risk high.
We continue to follow breaking news this morning. A bus crash on the highway leaves at least 24 people injured. We're talking Interstate 30 at the Highway 70 access ramp. Aaron, a very active scene since 4 a.m.
Yes. In other news this morning, a Georgia man arrested in Hot Springs for leading police on a chase in a stolen car and causing a deadly crash.
Glad you can join us all this morning. We're live on the steps of the state capitol for the Get Out to Vote pep rally. And so far, an exciting morning. A lot of candidates are here. We've got the donuts. We've got the coffee.
No doubt we are experiencing some of the coldest hottest weather of the year. Unfortunately, some people are struggling to stay warm because they have nowhere to go. One of the coaches reached out to us via Facebook, gave us his number. We spoke with him on the phone. He told me that he was actually on his way to Memphis. They're from Memphis, a Little League football team. They were in Dallas over the weekend playing in a championship football game. This was a number of kids. He said more than 200 were playing in this tournament. So it was a caravan of buses that was traveling back to Memphis. So this was just one of the buses that veered off the road. We can confirm again, one child has died and 40 were injured, mostly children. Arkansas Children's Hospital treating about 20 of them right now. Well, is right around here. But people are asking all morning long, Aaron, and we don't have the answers to this, but they're saying, how does something like this happen if they're coming from Dallas? Because if you're coming from Dallas, the only route to Memphis from I-30 here is going straight ahead, not coming off this access point that would take you all the way around into Hot Springs, which is a completely opposite direction. Let's take a look at what's trending right now. You thought the Men in Black started in NYC. Well, guess again. There's a whole international branch. The trailer for the newest installment in the movie series, it dropped yesterday.
However, Santa is not 6 foot tall anymore. It's Santa Brew. Santa.
Take a look here. I'm looking at this poll right now. 142 votes so far. 90% say Ty Story, 10% say Cole Kelly. I don't have the extra options. I don't care just win, but I'm sure a lot of people are saying that as well.